You had a Sparrow wallet. You even downloaded a complete copy of the blockchain so that you could run your own node.
Still running. Lightning. Nah, that's too much for me. I'm done with this now.
And funnily enough, the big surprise is that I am the one who ended up making that journey into the Lightning Network. The way that I look at it is that Bitcoin is like the money network, and the Lightning Network is almost like the credit card layer, because we all just tap to pay with our credit cards or we tap to pay with our smartphones, but it's almost like the payment layer that gets around the 10-minute time frame for a new block. 9 months ago, we offered you 54,100 Satoshis, which was worth $50. Today, that is worth $60.65, which means your Bitcoin over the past 9 months has gone up 21.3%. My point is, economically, if we are using money that is sound, the whole world will get dramatically better over time.
I think the world will get dramatically better once we're able to just get rid of money and commerce and capitalism altogether.
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
Welcome to Sat Chats, the Bitcoin podcast where we chat about sats. Sats are the smallest part of a Bitcoin, the same way pennies are the smallest part of a dollar. With Sat Chats, we are building the world's biggest Bitcoin welcome center to serve as your gateway to generational wealth. So if you are brand new to Bitcoin, we want to chat about sats with you. Head to satchats.com to grab your slot in the studio today. I'm your host, Stuart Bitcoin Dad.
And I'm number 40, Anna Bevan, Chief of Staff.
And in the studio today, to give us an update on his Bitcoin baby, is my brother, number 2, Jorma.
Yes.
Yes!
Thank you.
Yes, dude.
Thank you.
I'm so excited for this.
How many callbacks have you had?
You're actually number 2. So you're just like keeping it.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
You're just like
number 2.
This,
How about that?
He's like the Bitcoin blockchain, just TikTok next block. Okay.
Our game show.
Sign up for our game show. Yeah, you're the second person to come back. The first person was yesterday, number 12, Jack. And you're number 2, Jorma.
How about that?
So nuts. And when you came, you brought our scoreboard to 2 who had stacked the sats and 0 who had chosen the cash.
Not that there was a scoreboard at the time.
Yeah.
There was in fact nothing
There
in this
was
room.
no scoreboard. I was like, wait. Yeah, we've had a scoreboard for a long time, and then no.
We were taping in the desert of a generic podcast studio.
Oh yeah,
You know?
it was in the beginning. It was like the beginning, like armor you get in an RPG where it's just basically trash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the camera angle was busted, the camera color was busted, nothing on the walls. We originally released your episode with nothing to get it started. It just went into the conversation.
Yeah, there's no opener.
Didn't tell anybody who you were.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Didn't say who y'all were. Didn't say nobody who knew who anybody was.
We had to sit in the studio.
Some people.
Nobody even said the name of the podcast. There was like nothing. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was like, the people don't, because they were telling me to do it. I was like, no, the people don't care about that stuff. Okay. They just want to get into the chat about sats. Okay. But it turned out people were disoriented.
Yeah,
so badly.
Yeah.
So bad. The guests were disoriented in here.
Yeah.
The listeners were disoriented.
Early feedback was that people were getting really dizzy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was intense. Just Stu, and then like this row of nothing, slats behind them with nothing else to break it up.
Mm-hmm.
It was like,
When you came on in January, you talked to us about how you had a Sparrow wallet that you set up, and you even downloaded a complete copy of the blockchain so that you could run your own node.
still running. Yeah.
Still running.
Nice.
Yeah, and you kind of pushed into the Lightning Network and got hung up. So
I pushed that. I didn't like that.
Yeah.
It from what I could tell, first off, it was a hassle to set up like a Lightning node or whatever it's called, something like that. And then you have to it's and I could certainly be wrong about this because I'm just coming from memory now. You have to be able to you have to have a certain amount of throughput available on your node to use it. So you need to like, send and or receive a certain amount in order to like gain that. And so you do have to like kind of funnel money into it. You have to keep it up regularly in order to keep that up, because otherwise you can only process as much as like your max is or whatever. So you have to like open all these different channels to other nodes, and you need to have well-known nodes. I don't know. There was a lot, and I was like, I didn't really see the benefit for me when I could instead just get like an app that does it already itself.
Yeah, we actually joked about you coming back on now and having gone so far down the rabbit hole that you would be a core developer, a Bitcoin core developer.
Yeah, definitely not.
So how's that working out for you? Are you a developer now?
I'm too lazy for that. I don't have the free time. This is another reason why my luck is so high. I'm too lazy to actually put myself into anything. So I need the luck in order to like.
So you get a lot of beginner's luck.
I get a lot of beginner's luck, so I can be lazy. And so I lucked my way all in the beginning stuff of the Bitcoin in order to like actually like make my transactions through my own node and things of that nature.
Yeah.
But lightning wise, I was like, nah, that's too much for me. I'm done with this now.
And funnily enough, I talked about how Jorma had gone farther than me and that I was going to benefit from him figuring it out.
I remember this.
Yeah. But it turns out, and the big surprise is that I am the one who ended up making that journey into the Lightning Network.
Well, I also think that's fitting considering you're the host of the show.
Yeah. I agree.
Like if Jorma was hosting the show, I think he probably would have gone a little further down.
I probably would have, because at that point, then it's like my job,
right?
Yeah. At which case, I'm I'd be going all in at that point in time.
Yeah.
And to be fair, Jorma was exploring a Lightning channel that he fully owned and operated.
Right. I was going to fully privatize that.
And what I did for Sat Chats is I went to a provider. I went to a cloud provider, Albi Go, something like that.
Yeah.
Or Get Albi, something like that. It's ALBY. It's that. So I paid an initial fee in Satoshis, which was really a lot of fun for me.
Yeah.
I love that. The only thing I like more than spending Satoshis is stacking. Yes.
Yeah.
But
accruing. We can all say three different
collecting.
things.
Yeah. So and basically I chose like this, almost like a cloud provider option with Albi, where they could effectively ensure that the channel would stay open pretty much without me necessarily.
All the work that I would have had to do.
They're doing
to maintain my own.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying.
They do the infrastructure work for me, but I still manage the channel. So like, and it was hard to grasp at first because
it is a bit confusing.
You're basically saying, here's the Bitcoin I have on chain. Let's say I have 1 Bitcoin on chain, and then I want to pull 10 million Satoshis over to the Lightning Network. I want to. So you almost have to like peg on the blockchain this kind of come out to the side. And you say like, look, my channel is going to be the size of this glass, and this glass is 10 million Satoshis big. But if I put and they're like, okay, well then you have a 10 million sat channel. Good. But if I put all 10 million Satoshis in there, no one would be able to send me any more Satoshis because the glass is full. So I have to start it off with like 7 million Satoshis and leave 3 million of just empty space so that, as our satillionaires recognize that we're in here every day doing Satoshi's work, they want to support us and they want to send us their sats so that we can drive them into the next brand new Bitcoiner. There needs to be room for them to zap us with their sats on the Lightning Network. Satchats@getalbi.com. Holler at me. So then it could be that people are like, hey, we really like your show. We're donating Satoshis. Here we go. And then I'm going to come back and go, oh shoot, I'm running out of room in my channel. I'm
really distracted.
You just fully put
destroyed your water, but carry on with your scenario.
I'll do anything for Bitcoin. Okay. In the name of teaching people about Bitcoin, I will mix regular water with grapefruit. fizzy water.
I don't know how I feel.
So I still manage the channel because I come back and go, oh shit, I'm getting out of the room, and then I just go like this.
Right, and from what I remember, if I recall correctly, whatever nodes you're connected to can like use that extra space you have as like a route. Like you're used as a route as well. So if you've got like empty space and you're connected to a couple other routes and somebody's coming to somewhere else, and it could route through your channel because it can contain that as it goes.
Yes.
That may be wrong, but that's what I remember.
No, that's kind of, because Bitcoin can just be sent one address to another. But all of these pocket universes, like Doctor Strange has opened up that kind of mirror world, they're not connected to one another unless they are connected to one another. So if you want to get from here to there, you might have to say, well, how do I map the route between my channel's not connected to his channel? But the software can automatically figure out, okay, here, and now here.
Yeah, it's like degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
For the Lightning Network.
When was the Lightning Network created?
I don't know that. I think it might have been 4 to 6 years ago, but
okay,
I don't really know.
Because it feels like it was an addition to what the infrastructure that exists to allow for greater options of sending smaller amounts.
Yeah, the way that I look at it is that Bitcoin is like the money network that we have created for ourselves that we all own and operate and use. And the Lightning Network is almost like the credit card layer that we've built on or the payment, I say credit card because we all just tap to pay with our credit cards or we tap to pay with our smartphones, but it's almost like the payment layer that gets around the 10-minute time frame for a new block.
Could you also say that like Bitcoin is the regular blockchain is the highway and then Lightning is like the fast lane?
Yeah, you could say that. You could say that. It's like the HOV. It basically, instead of being like, well, look, I'm going to send you 50,000 Satoshis. It'll go into the mempool and 10 to 30 minutes later, it will settle and be good to go. You could just say, I have 50,000 sats in my Lightning channel and you have a Lightning address. So I'll send it to you. And within seconds, the Lightning Network has been able to track and record that those Satoshis now belong to you. And then it's a matter of just keeping them there or bringing it back down onto the blockchain, right? So the way that I think of it is Bitcoin is like my long-term savings, and it's locked up in a wallet. It's in a secure location, but like my spending money is on the Lightning Network. And like when I'm on Nostr, which is kind of like Bitcoin Twitter, the way that you like people's posts is by zapping them sats. So if I like somebody's post, it sends them 9 Satoshis from sat chats. And you could not send 9 sats on the Bitcoin network because you'd have to pay 13 sats to send it. And you're like, nah. So it does enable smaller, faster payments. And, for me, I think it's a really cool way to drive Bitcoin adoption and create a world where we can tap to pay. Because that's something that we talked about on the last time you were here. Like,
I think you need something like that for a global adoption is, grocery stores accept it. You know what I mean? Like Target accepts it. Walmart accepts it. It needs to be easy as like tapping your phone. Like when I go to pay places, I just use my phone. I just tap my phone onto it.
Yeah.
And then if you can do the exact same thing, but it sends sats, like that's when you're starting to see more global adoption of, cryptocurrency in general. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I still use a card.
You still use a card?
I feel the need to admit it.
I don't carry my wallet around. I don't carry anything on me but my phone.
Ooh.
Yeah, I tap to pay with my phone because it creates a layer of abstraction between the merchant and my actual credit card number.
Changes your number.
Information.
Oh.
Like Google takes my credit card information and then creates a random number and shows it to them and then just ties it back to me.
All right.
So that there's a layer.
I think I might be tapping now.
I recommend everyone tap to pay because of that layer of security that it provides. And you were number 2. We got to number 60, Simple Steve, and he was like, "Well, it's okay to pay with a credit card because it's the easiest way to do anything. And once a month, he just sells Satoshis to pay off his credit card bill. And he completely got around the medium of exchange problem. He's like, I don't need to pay with Bitcoin. I'll just pay with my credit card.
Oh, I agree. I don't know. I mean, I think I'm the same way. I'm very lazy, generally speaking. So whatever is the easiest way of doing something, I'm probably going to end up doing it.
Yeah.
And so I'm not going to go out of my way to be in, like the cryptocurrency universe of paying for things if it's not easy for me to do.
Mm-hmm.
But I can still be in here and doing my thing in that and just like, Simple Steve was doing. Like I would absolutely agree with him on that until it gets easy enough to where you can just like link your Satoshi wallet to your NFC on your phone or, whatever. And then you can pay that way and companies accept it. I don't know. That'd be pretty cool.
Do you think it's easiest to protect your time and energy by putting it into Bitcoin now that you've had some time to think about it? Is that the easiest way to build wealth? As a man, you said lazy. We prefer the term man of leisure for Jorm.
Yeah.
He's a man of leisure.
I'm certainly a man of leisure. I'm so lazy. Yeah.
You're looking for the easiest. If you're trying to do something, you're looking for the easiest way. If you're trying to build wealth for the future, do you now believe Bitcoin is the easiest way?
Well, I think probably the easiest way is just putting your money into like a high yield savings account or high yield savings. What are those? HYSA?
Right. High yield savings account.
And something like Bitcoin, because basically most people have a job and you have a 401k and you just go, hey, put a certain percentage in this. That's pretty easy because you're almost not doing anything. It's going directly out of your paycheck into your 401k or your Roth 401k, whatever you have, and it gets invested the percentages you want, whether it's like the risky or the less risky, you can like percentage or whatever. So I think Bitcoin is easier than it was because now there are more simpler ways to get it. Like Bitcoin Well, you go there and you can just attach your bank account to it and say, hey, get me $500 worth of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty simple. The difficult part is then going, okay, I need to get a wallet. I need to figure out how a wallet works. I need to figure out what that number is. I need to figure out how to get that in there. I need to figure out how can I take that money out? How can I put that money in? That sort of thing. So there's still some like, I think difficulty compared to like the standard type of investments where it is just, it's cash. It's your bank. Now it's an account at the brokerage firm or whatever. And it's all just like clearly already done, already made for you, done by a company, that sort of thing. So maybe there's easier ways to do it. The problem is since it's technical in nature, I don't want to just let somebody else do it for me. So I think for me, I want to set up my own stuff, which then makes it more difficult. I'm not like going to be able to set up my own brokerage account to buy my own 401ks and things like that.
Yeah.
So I have to rely on them for that.
Well, I guess the point I'm trying to make there is if you put your money into a high yield savings account, maybe it's easy to get the money in there.
Yeah, it's easy to get the money in there.
But if it generates even like, let's say 4% for a high yield savings account or something, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But then inflation is 7 or 8 or 9. That's not the easiest way.
No, you need it to be able to counteract inflation.
Yeah.
For sure.
So what do you think is the easiest way?
I also think it's easy to get your money in Bitcoin. It's difficult to get your money out. Is what it feels like. Now, it's not as difficult now because with the Bitcoin Well, all I got to do is put in my, like I said, card, and I can put money in. And then I can now also just take money back to my wallet.
Yeah.
But I need to have like, my wallet attachment and stuff like that. I haven't actually done that yet.
Yeah.
But it seems like it's simple enough now. I haven't actually taken it.
Very
Is it
easy.
We've done it. We've done it.
Okay.
The platform is
the
also
company.
very
I haven't used any other platform, so
very
I can only
user
speak to that
friendly.
one.
Mm-hmm.
It is user friendly, yeah.
It makes it feel nice. Like
Yeah.
I feel happy when I'm doing it.
Nice. They even have it where you can just take some of your paycheck. You can like put your paycheck
Yeah.
directly into it.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's like, well, I don't feel like doing that, but
And
I do
Yet.
that with other things.
Yeah. And Strike is another exchange.
Okay.
And Jack Mahler, he's worked hard to create a situation where, like Bitcoin Well, you can have your I believe you can have your paychecks automatically converted into Bitcoin
Mm-hmm.
on Strike. And then he's even gone further than Bitcoin and allows you to pay your bills and your utilities and stuff.
Now, see, that's what I'm talking about.
With your sats.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, he set it up to where he's abstracted away the difficulty of that, and you can just...
I think that is needed.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of difficulty in Bitcoin by nature because I think people nowadays are less tech savvy than they've ever been. And the new generation is going to... Oh, yeah, for sure. And the new generation is going to continue to be less and less tech savvy as we go. Problem is everything gets obfuscated tech wise. Mm-hmm. And so you don't understand how it works or how to use it or anything like that. It just works out of the box. So when something fails, you don't know anything about it. So you have kids nowadays who have no idea how any of this tech stuff works, period. Mm-hmm. I have gotten questions from like my niece and things like that and nephew that are the same that my parents asked me. And I'm just like, y'all literally just new boomers when it comes to tech. Y'all literally just as bad as boomers.
Noomers?
Yeah,
can we say noomers?
Noomers.
So so if something is like Bitcoin needs to be very user friendly in order to work in today's and future society because of how non-tech savvy everybody is becoming. They're using tech more and more, but they're getting less savvy. Mm-hmm. So him doing that is what I'm talking about earlier. You need to make it easy, just like cash, to be able to use it to pay bills, to be able to put your money into it straight out of your paycheck, to be able to pay bills with it, to be able to go to Walmart, Target, grocery store, gas station, all the things you normally spend money on. I just want to, if I can tap my phone and it's all done via that way, then that's easy peasy. And you're also protecting yourself a bit from inflation because it's a different type of currency that is not being inflated or not being, changed or whatever, what have you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So a couple of really interesting things that you've made me think about is the idea of people becoming less and less tech savvy over time. The extreme example of this came, I think, 41 episodes after yours. I think Robin is number 43. He talked about a distant future where there are effectively holy laptop relics. No one knows how to produce computers anymore in this like far future world. But all they know is it's like, okay, son, the blessed Bitcoin is on this HP device. You know what I mean? Like they don't even know what HP stands for anymore. They just know that it's called the HP, and they're like, now no one knows how this works. No one knows how to make these. No one knows how to repair these. All we know is that the blessed Bitcoin is on this holy laptop relic, and we will pass this down to you. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Which would be insane to think about.
I can see that. People show futures where it's all like intense tech wise, but I can see that.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's like a ancient science magic that's being passed down. But the counter to that is we've had plenty of guests on the show because you were talking about, hey, how are my mom and dad going to figure this out? Right.
Exactly.
Number one, they did. And it's because they were interested. Number two, we've had some people we've had maybe 6 to 12 guests who are over the age of 70 who have been curious enough to go on YouTube and figure this out the same way you did. Now they figured it out to the level that they needed to figure it out to. You know, they figured it out enough to buy and hold Bitcoin.
Which I think is all, you don't need to go that far.
Yeah.
In figuring it out.
You can stop at your own Lightning Network.
Yeah.
But I think what we found over the past 115 plus episodes, people are figuring it out. But you also, in your first episode, did ask questions like, well, if Bitcoin is a little bit too tough for most people, then we go to the Lightning Network to make it faster and easier. But that might be tough for people too. So then we go to the next layer, and your idea was, well, what happens if we abstract it all the way to the point where it's just paper money again?
Yeah, I remember that.
Right? And I was thinking about that today because I was listening to the episode this morning to get ready for today's show. And what came to me was the number of layers is okay so long as it all stays tied to Bitcoin. The problem with our current financial system is that the layers were stacked on top of gold to the point where it became unwieldy. And they said, let's just cut the ties and we'll just move forward with these layers. And it allows them to just print more of their centralized government tokens whenever they need them. But if Bitcoin is layer 1 and Lightning is layer 2, but then there's a layer 3, which is basically companies like Strike or new companies that don't exist yet that just say, look, send us your US dollars and then we will set you up with all the Satoshis you need to tap to pay. And layer 3, you send your dollars here and then they come here and they get you Satoshis on the second layer and they bring it back up into their app and they've skinned it in a way that's user friendly and all that. You're several layers up from Bitcoin at that point, and someone could even go higher than that. But so long as it all collapses down to Bitcoin, I think it's okay. It's almost like the reverse of Inception, where they start here in the real world and then they go down a layer to the white van, they go down a layer to the hotel, they go down a layer to the what is it, the snow fortress. Then they go even deeper into just limbo.
This is very impressive. It's
almost like Bitcoin is here, then you go up a layer to Lightning, maybe you go up a layer to a more usable version of Lightning. You might even go up a layer where there's rewards and tokens on top, but as long as it can all like get kicked, as long as it can all collapse back down to, this is tied to a Satoshi on the Bitcoin network, I think you can build on top of it as much as you want.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's what I've been thinking about.
I would have like concerns about security or the ability to tamper with this or that, depending on how like obfuscated it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know much about when the dollar was tied to gold, but it definitely seemed, more stable as like that than now when it's not. So if it can all go all the way back down, I could maybe.
I mean, it's like
I haven't seen it.
You're familiar with IT infrastructure where you have bare, you actually have first you have like electrical signals, then you have ones and zeros, then you might have like bare metal, and then there's there's application layers on top of that and all that. There's like when I was trying to learn about it, there's like 7 to 9 layers, from the basics of computing all the way up through the internet and applications and software and stuff. But it's all tied down to those elementary signals, isn't it? Like there's not a point where someone cuts it off and goes, never mind. This isn't based on computing anymore.
It can feel like that because, they can obfuscate so much of it and handle all that, at somewhere else. So I don't know. That's a pretty good analogy, actually.
But you get to choose how deep you go.
Yeah.
You could go all the way down.
Just do the bare metal yourself.
Maybe 50 years from now, there are people who are like, "Oh man, you know how to operate on chain? That's crazy, bro." And to them, it will feel like operating a ham radio or something, where it's like it's kind of a curio or a hobby to go that deep into Bitcoin and be like, "Dude, I sent some Bitcoin on chain, peer to peer." Because everybody's way up here,
Yeah, that's really interesting to think about that.
My point is, economically, if we are using money that is sound, the whole world will get dramatically better over time. And it doesn't matter how many layers we need in order to make that happen for everyone, so long as it still stays all tied together.
I mean, I think the world will get dramatically better once we're able to just get rid of money and commerce and capitalism altogether.
Whoa.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Hot take.
That's a
It's
lot.
all bad.
Hot take. Now,
none of it's good. None of it's good for us.
That is an excellent moment for us to put our Satillionaires onto a cliffhanger for number 2 Jormborm's 18-month check-in, where he's going to go absolutely ham on today's structures, okay? He's going to open up a can on capitalism along with commerce, mercantilism. He's going to shred into it, the concept of money, All of it.
All of it.
He's gonna go full Star Trek. We've solved energy, we've solved resource scarcity, and now we're just saying, computer Earl Grey tea hot. And it's like
and you're like, this is a degree off. Something's wrong with the computer system.
I guess before we wrap up, talk to us a little bit about what it has been like for you since that episode.
Yeah.
Is your setup still the same? Has it changed? Has it gone farther? Is it all there? Are you dollar cost averaging? How are you, has that episode had any impact on, the choices that you've been making?
Yeah, for sure. So my setup is the same, except for I now have a hardware wallet. I have a Trezor.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because I was just the Sparrow, the software wallet on my computer, right? So now I've combined those. So I have that now. So that's been an update, which I like.
So you had a Sparrow wallet on your computer and you were running your node.
Mm-hmm.
But now you've added an extra layer of security where if you want to do something with your Sparrow wallet, like if you want to send a transaction over the Bitcoin network, you need to authorize it in your Sparrow wallet and you need to confirm it on your Trezor device, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like a multi-factor authentication for Bitcoin.
Yeah. So, and when you set up the Sparrow, immediately it talks about, you could have, the single authentication or whatever, which is just the wallet, or you can do a multiple and so immediately being in the tech space, I'm like, okay, well, I need to do that. I don't want to just have a single point of failure here. That seems bad.
Why have one when you can have two?
Yeah, here you go. And if the old military adage, if you have one, you have none. If you have two, you have one. So I immediately ordered one, I think a bit after the episode or something. So anyways, there's that. I now, I wouldn't say I dollar cost average exactly, because that is, I'm not regimented like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, I just watch it, and then when it's low, I'll buy, and I won't buy the same amount every time. I'll buy based off of how I'm feeling at the time.
When the exchange rate of Bitcoin is low, basically you're talking about you buy the dip. That's what you've done.
Yes. So, I bought it I think after our show, it dipped down. It was, I think in my show, it was 100 something.
Yeah.
Right. Then it dipped down to 77.
Juicy.
So I bought there.
Oh.
And then I think it was 79 or something like that, because Bitcoin ups the price of it to take their piece.
Yep.
And then it went up again. I bought it again at 100 something. I bought it again at 115 on a dip. I bought it just recently at 107. I can't remember what it was. Yeah. 107. So I buy it when I see dips.
Yeah.
And I'll grab it. Yeah. And so for me, I'm kind of dollar cost averaging with an asterisk. It's I'm not just putting it in every time. I think that's great if you don't want to think about it and you just want to have it on a thing and that sort of thing. But if you can watch it and you can see what it's doing and be like, this is actually much lower than it was, you can take what you would have dollar cost averaged all the way up and instead put it all down here, and then do the same thing.
So interesting, because you want to do the easy thing and remembering
that is easy for me.
Oh, really?
He has a background in trading. And, when he was helping me host Sat Chats Live, which we retired in exchange for TikTok Next Block, Fridays at 11 a.m. live.
Greatest game show.
Hit him with the finger guns, Jorm.
See you there.
Yeah.
Shooter McGavin.
Jorm's in the chat. Yeah. He's a chat-tillionaire. He did talk about how, we talked about how he's okay to, watch stocks. That's not.
I have a background in that, so it's So for me, it's just a thing that's
not a heavy lift,
right?
Normal.
Yeah. So I do think
if you're not doing that, you should just DCA. And I don't think you should just DCA. I personally don't think you should just DCA to Bitcoin. You need to have a portfolio of things that are both local to the U.S., that are both worldwide.
Yeah.
That then Bitcoin as well. I think you need to do. Obviously, this show is just all about Bitcoin, but I personally think you need to have a bit of a portfolio.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
in my
Diversify.
opinion. Right, but I'm not
Ooh,
talking about diversifying.
imagine.
But I'm not talking about
Couldn't be me.
diversifying where you just go, I put 5% in this, I put 5% in this, I put 5% in this, I put 5% in it. That's not the correct way to diversify either.
Mm.
The correct way to diversify is when it's time to buy this, you put what you have in that. Then when it's time to buy this, when this other thing comes up and it's time to buy, put what you have in that. And so it's not a exact percentage everywhere. It's just when it's time to buy something, you buy with what you have, that thing.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not the only thing you're buying because it's not always going to be time to buy that anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to but that takes a level of, looking at these things and watching it and not having that not be a burden, mentally to be able to go, okay, now it's time to grab this. Let me grab with what I have, with what I've, I build up cash and then I buy things when it's time to buy those.
Mm-hmm.
And so Bitcoin's one of those things. And before the show, Bitcoin was not one of those things.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
So I've increased my portfolio to include cryptocurrency, specifically Bitcoin. I don't buy anything else.
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to it, as in if somebody wants to do that. But I think if you're going to do that, you need to be
smarter than your average
really,
bear about
you
it.
need to be on it because most of them are just cash grabs for the people making it. Most of them are just going to fall to nothing. Most of them are just trash,
Mm-hmm.
But if you're going to use it as a hope chest, what we call it, where it's you just put money in you don't care about, and then hey, if it goes as your whatever, or maybe it shoots to the moon because for some reason people like. But personally, I'm not going to invest any money in something like that. I want to invest in something that I can get behind, and Bitcoin is one of those things. So I invest in Bitcoin. I see the positivity of it. I see why it's a good thing. I see the value in it, just like I do the other things I invest in. So absolutely. So that is something new. I've a percentage of my portfolio that's in Bitcoin is much higher than before the show, which was
Yeah. What percentage of your portfolio is now Bitcoin?
not a huge percentage because
is it less than 5%?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would say it's less than 5% right now.
I think a lot of Wall Street types are recommending hey, try to put 2%,
Yeah.
And we had the CEO of Bitcoin Well say, hey, try to put 2% of your income into Bitcoin. I promise it'll work out for you. So even having a couple of percentage points is excellent.
And it's only that low now because if I had started investing in Bitcoin back when I was also investing in other stocks and things, which I don't think it was even out at the time, but if I had done it earlier, it'd be a higher percentage because I would just be buying more of it over time.
Yeah.
Totally.
So right now it's low because it's relatively new compared to the rest of what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But at some point it might be higher depending on the amount of cash I have on hand when it's time to buy it, compared to the other things I buy and how much cash I have in hand when it's time to buy those.
Let's recap the conversation with old Jorma here today. Number 2 Jorma here is back for episode number 117. I really enjoyed listening to your first episode this morning to get ready. And we talked about how on your first time here, you were just getting started with Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
You set up a Sparrow wallet. You bought your first Bitcoin off Bitcoin Well, and you ran a node, which is really awesome. He became a philosopher king immediately. So since the episode, you have basically strengthened your wallet security by adding a signing device into the mix.
Yeah, no one would be able to guess my code and actually be able to get anything from it because now you need that too.
Yeah, now instead of it just being your computer, it's your computer and it's your device. You need to have both. We also talked about how when you first came on the show, you were wondering if old people and young people would have what it takes to actually truly understand this. And what I feel we found so far is that if you're interested enough, you will figure it out.
Yeah.
But I think over time, as long as we keep everything tied to an actual Satoshi on the Bitcoin network, we can abstract it until it's just as easy to use as any other form of money out there.
Which I think will be necessary for its global adoption for sure.
Yeah. And you have adopted a buy the dip approach to Bitcoin, right? You're comfortable watching the exchange rate of Bitcoin go up and down. Sounds like you timed a really sweet buy below 80K this year, which is super juicy.
That was a good one, yeah.
And we also kind of call that the dry powder strategy, where you kind of let your dollars add up until you're ready to smash them into Bitcoin to buy the dip.
Yeah, and I think people will be like, oh, well, if you miss the dip. But if you're just dollar cost averaging, you're missing the dip anyways. So for me, it's like a win-win. If I get what I think is a dip and it wasn't, well, I would have been dollar cost averaging. Yeah. And I would never have gotten it anyways. It would have just been an average. So,
It would be interesting to take a dollar cost average calculator and, like at the 1 year mark, let's say, take the amount of Bitcoin you've gotten and the amount you've paid for it, and then put the amount you paid for that Bitcoin into the DCA calculator and say, okay, spread this out over this many weeks, 52 weeks. I started buying in March of 2025. So let me use the DCA calculator to say, okay, I spent 10,000 on Bitcoin between March 2025 and March 2026. Break it up into 52 installments and just show me how much Bitcoin I would have had.
Right.
And then you could see, did I get more Bitcoin by buying the dip, or would I have gotten more Bitcoin by dollar cost averaging, or are they pretty much the same?
That would be very interesting.
That'd be fascinating. Like, did you beat the DCA strategy with your buy the dip strategy? So I think maybe for your 18-month check-in,
That'd be nice.
We'll not only let you loose on long-standing socio-political structures, but we'll do a little DCA versus buy the dip strategy. That'll be really interesting, right?
I agree. Yeah. I mean, who knows? Because there's sometimes I'm buying more than others. You know what I mean? The dip.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
you're definitely getting more bang for your buck when you buy the dip. The question becomes, which method proves best over time?
Yeah. Would I have been better just DCAing? Or does it matter?
Ron Popeil.
Ron Popeil.
He
understands. Set it and forget it.
Set it and forget it. See? He knows who Ron Popeil is. So we had a good time with Jorm. What I really like about your Bitcoin Baby update is that you have adopted Bitcoin as a store of value. You are still taking it into self-custody and have even taken steps to make it even more secure. And those are kind of the two big things that I would say, right? Like, coming on the show had an impact, and that impact is lasting. And I love that, right? So, I like seeing that both people who have come back so far, they're still stacking sats after their first episode, which I love.
Yeah.
So I'll turn it over to you here for...
So we have our sponsor, Ithaca Hummus. Our flavor today is roasted red pepper, selected by Jorm.
Well, second selection.
Second selection. I know. Sorry. Second selection.
Classico.
We are out of classic currently.
It's because it's so good.
It is good.
Yes. So we'll go in. This is one of my favorite flavors. So let's go ahead and taste it.
Sweet. Now let's all do it at the same time here, because number 12, Jack.
He just went in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, everybody at the same time. The ASMR is not good unless we're all rolling at the same time. Now, Jorm, can you tell me what your flavor was for your first appearance?
Classic. Oh, for my first appearance?
He's really digging on the classic thing.
Dill, right?
Lemon dill. Yeah. Because the thumbnail copy was he's a big dill.
Yeah, he's a big dill. That's right.
So and he smelled it. So let's smell it, then we'll crunch it.
Well, you do have to very roasted red peppery.
Nice, lovely. Oh yeah.
Almost wish I had more on mine. My cracker to hummus ratio was not high enough.
It's not a fat glob.
So it wasn't a fat glob.
It's on the wall.
Yeah.
Fat
I don't
glob.
like that, but
do you want to run it back?
Glob.
Do you want to run it back?
Yeah. I like roasted red pepper. Now, currently, I
don't know what I'm tasting when I taste it, though, because my taste buds aren't that good.
It's
Am I tasting like lemon or something? What am I tasting?
I mean, I'm sure there's lemon in there.
Yeah. Do you taste the roasted red pepper?
But I definitely get the roasted with it is much higher. Like it feels like it just sort of like came off a grill.
Yeah. 9 months ago, January 13, we offered you 54,100 Satoshis, which was worth $50.
Mm-hmm.
Today, that is worth $60.65.
Hell yeah.
Which means your Bitcoin over the past 9 months has gone up 21.3%.
Sweet.
That sounds better than a high yield
21%.
savings account to me.
21%. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That is insane.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll turn it over to you for the offer here today.
So an upgrade since you were here last
Okay.
is the acrylic.
Nice. Do I get it fully in the acrylic?
No.
No.
Okay, I was going to say, I mean, I might want, that's just a nice set piece.
You just get a dirty old note.
Okay.
Yeah. More specifically, a Venmo.
Okay.
Because Chris was pulling a folded, he pulled two 20s and a 10, folded up, all crinkled out from underneath his mic.
Yikes.
Now we have this.
Now we've upgraded to the acrylic.
But I don't actually get that.
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
This is so it's displayed.
And that's for your safety because these bills are dirty.
Okay, so you have $50 in fiat
Right.
or 44,600 sats. And if you choose the sats, another addition is our wall of fame here with our sponsor, the Pearl Collective.
Very nice. That's new.
Brand new.
I see lid on here with a full $50.
Savage.
Yeah, it was rough. It was rough.
Yep.
Savage.
Yeah. So
So I said, okay. I mean, I'll take
Now-
sats for sure.
Taking the Satoshis. Come on.
Yeah.
excellent.
Let's go. Here we go.
Excellent.
So you're taking 44,600 Satoshis.
Mhm.
Okay. So now, let's see here. We gave you 54,100 last time.
Mhm.
Okay. So now you're up to 98,700 Satoshis
Sweet.
with Sat Chats.
Yes.
And the beauty of dollar cost averaging, because you're basically dollar cost averaging through us at this point.
Yeah, I just need to keep coming on the show.
Over
will.
a long
Sweet.
interval.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I was going to get offered Bitcoin or cash today. I thought it was just like that was just the first episode. So this is pretty sweet for me.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
We're a show
your
that gives away sats.
I tell you, I love it.
the $100 that you've dollar cost averaged into Bitcoin over 9 months through us is worth $110.65 right now.
Nice.
Right now. So that's an increase of 10.7%, right?
Mhm.
So you were up 21% a second ago. Now you're up 10.5%. That's how it works. You bought at today's prices, but you're still up overall. That's the beauty of DCA.
Could never get that with cash.
Could never
Could
get
never.
that with that cash.
Yeah. My $300 worth of groceries that were like $200 last year and $100 year before that for the same amount. This is
Oh,
definitely
God. So those Satoshis are yours. You're almost at the 100K Satoshi mark with us.
sweet.
This tub of hummus belongs to you.
Oh, sweet.
And this pack of Bitcoin trading cards also belongs
Well,
to
I
you.
get a trading pack too.
So number 83 Aladdin of Bitcoin trading cards dropped 500 of these in my lap. All right. And this basically takes Bitcoin concepts and puts them into collectible, like index card format where it's like, it's like if you're, just small concepts, right? So he wanted to help people understand Bitcoin more by creating trading cards. All right. So I think that's our show.
That's our show.
All right, Satillionaires, if you enjoyed our chat about Sats today, subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on notifications by hitting the bell icon. Our goal is to put 10,000 subscribers underneath our Christmas tree. And to thank you for helping us get there, we'll be selecting one lucky subscriber at random and dropping 2 million sats on your head. You can join us every weekday at 11 a.m. Monday through Thursday, it's Sat Chats episodes, just like this one here with Jorm. Friday is our live game show, TikTok Next Block, the game where you play for 1 million sats.
Greatest game.
It's so much fun. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, or if you'd like to play on our game show, you can go to satchats.com. It's all there for you. You can also skip the line to play TikTok Next Block. If you jump into the live chat Fridays at 11 a.m. and play for the high score alongside the player, right? Which is a ton of fun. Your support helps our show grow, and it helps more people adopt Bitcoin. So if you want to support us, you can donate your sats on chain to the address in the show notes or to our Lightning channel, because I got one and my brother doesn't, okay? And I'm going to give him a little wallet on my channel and be like, you got to pay me routing fees, punk. Okay? Because he talked about charging me routing fees. Routing fees come to me now. So we'll take those sats and we will drive them into our next cash versus sats segment to bring a new Bitcoiner on board. All sponsorship inquiries for Sat Chats or TikTok next block. You can email show@satchats.com. Also, you bring our score now to 108.
Sweet.
Which is a multiple of 9, by the way, 108.
Yeah.
Love that. So 108 who stacked the sats, 9 who took the cash. We are absolutely pile driving cash into the ground on this show.
I look forward to the 9 coming back on.
Okay.
I think that's going to be really exciting because I want to see how their thought process
Shuff?
has changed. Yeah, that too.
Shuff is number 9. Oh, how all
the
9.
9.
Oh,
Like all
yeah.
9.
Oh, I can't
Yeah.
wait to see Paul.
100% Lid's going to take the cash again.
Number 9, Paul, dude.
Well, I think Kitty will too.
Yeah. Kitty and Lid are, that's just going to be cash for 100%.
Dude, number 9, Paul's going to show up and I'm going to go, well. If it isn't our new celebrity, you know? I'm like, number 9, tell me, what do I get if I combine a Bezor with a whatever? I'm just going to go full Severus Snape on him, dude. Golly. All right, so one final note here. Sat Chats is for educational purposes only and should not be construed as financial advice. Also, our guests' views are their own. We'll see you on the next one. Stack some sats.